Hello, viewers. I welcome you all to the Diamond Ennis podcast. As you all know, I'm your favorite girl, Miss B. On to this episode, I have Betha Emmanuel with me, and we'll be talking about. This is not like the all tense and powerful topics we'll be talking about, like that has to do with so much emotions and everything. Now we want to diversify and we want to talk about something different. And on today's conversation or episode, we'll be talking about the type of choices we make that affects our lives today. And I'm not going to be doing that conversation alone. I'm going to do that with Betha Emmanuel. Guys, meet Betha Emmanuel.
Hello guys, nice to meet you all today, and I hope we get I hope we get invested into this episode.
I'm looking forward to it as well.
Yeah.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
So now tell me, what's up with you? Your weekend,
The weekend was good. I mean, the weather has been...
Yeah, it's been raining.
Yeah.
It's been raining, weather for two.
But I'm not a rainy girl, so I've just
really?
been late.
I love rainy seasons.
It's calm, but altogether I'm fine. Thank you.
I love rainy season. It makes me sleep well.
I love the sunny days.
You love the sunny days? Yeah. Okay, so you glow.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm a big Leo.
Okay. That's it. That's smooth.
Oh, yeah?
That feels like a punchline.
Yeah, we need that energy.
Yes, because today's episode, I don't want us to be talking about... I want us to take a pause on abuse. We've dropped a couple of episodes on it, and now I want us to talk about something out of that that conversation. So I want to talk about the choices we make in life as humans, the type of choices we make, how it affects us, how it empowers us, how it affects people around us, both in our financial life, in our social life, in our relationships. A lot of people make certain choices, and then when they think about it and they look back on those choices, they wish they'll be like, if I had known, I wouldn't have even make this choice to begin with. They do not want to go through the process of the struggle, the pain, and everything. Everybody just wants it to happen to them so fast. So they tend to make choices that they feel, okay, with this choice right now, the result comes now. And me, for a fact, I know that results that come so fast are not results that you can cherish. Do you understand me? Like, you ask for something and then you don't work for it. You just got it so fast. You didn't even know the process. You didn't even
put in effort and all of that.
Do you understand? And then how do you want to cherish it? But another persons might think that, okay, are you trying to tell me that I have to struggle so hard before I get something? No, that's not the point. Do you understand?
Okay.
It all falls down to the choices we make. Like now, you as a person, Betha, right now you're into fashion designing, right?
Oh, yeah?
I'm so sure there's a time in your life where you never wanted to become a fashion designer. You had other choices.
Oh, there's a time I never knew I would be into fashion designing.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see?
Uh-huh.
It's like you just started your life with so much.
I had other plans, but the thing is that with life you evolve, like you get to find out things about yourself every day. So it was one thing that led to another thing that led to the realization that, oh, I'm good at this and I could be this. That is how I got into fashion designing. And it turns out it's something I actually like doing.
But you didn't know on time. You didn't discover it on time.
Exactly. I didn't discover it on time. But that's the beauty of it, And
that's the process.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not like it just appeared in front of you.
No.
Some people can envision it, but it takes time for you to bring it into reality.
Of
now,
course.
the choices you make during those process, after you've envisioned it, those choices is what can tell if this thing is going to stay or it's going to vanish.
Or it's going to vanish.
Yes,
yeah.
because you're going to make a certain choice and you think in your mind, you'll be like, okay, this is the best choice for me. But it's not working for that thing you're pursuing.
Oh, yeah?
Now, let me just drop a scenario.
Okay.
Or let me just throw a question at you right now. as you are, you know that there are times in your life, there's a stage in your life where you want to do something, but the resources at which you want to do that thing is not available.
Okay.
You had a lot of choices. So now, at that point in your life, what kind of choice did you make? Did you feel what the choice you made was a good one or a bad one?
Do we have bad choices?
Bad choices are more like choices that affect you negatively tomorrow.
I feel like we have choices that are good for the situation and choices that are right. You understand?
Choices that are good for the situation.
And choices that are right. Yeah. I mean, generally you might decide to tag it as bad choices, but that bad decision or bad choice can actually lead to the productivity of what I'm trying to get. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, sometimes it's bad, but
you never wanted to admit that there's something as a bad choice.
yeah, but it's good for the situation right now, and it's only good that I take this decision, even though it may seem bad. You understand? But until you are in a person's shoes,
you will not understand.
You would never
the pain they're going
understand why
through.
they have to
make those choices. That is why I say people do not have. You don't have a right. You don't have any right to judge somebody,
another person. Exactly. Sometimes, not that I have to, not that I want to, but for the sake of one or two things, I have to. You understand? And there's some choices that we make and we get to regret it for the rest of our lives. You understand? And some people can actually go all out to make those decisions and choices that, okay, no matter what happens, I'm going to live with the regret. I'm going to live with the implications of whatever this choice brings to me, but I have to do it. You understand? So that's my take on that.
Oh, nice. Nice. But as your life has been going so far, have you ever find yourself in a situation where that choice you made at that given point in time, you find yourself in a situation where you be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have even made that choice to begin with. You start feeling a sense of regret. Remember, when you want to make the choice, you had to make it because you needed to. So now you got to a point in your life where you feel some things are working for you, and then you be like, you have this reflection. Oh, if you're being taken back to time, you wouldn't have made that choice. Have you ever been in that kind of situation before where you have to think like that?
Oh yes, I have a couple of times. But the thing is, if you're ignorant about something, there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
So at the time that decision was made, I did not know there was a better path I could take, because if I obviously saw a better path, I would take the better route.
I'm sorry to cut you short. Do you make choices without asking somebody around you that you can trust? Do you make choices without getting opinion from other people?
Oh yes, I do. A lot, because not everybody have the luxury of other people. You understand? And I'm a type of person that I find it difficult to take my personal problems or personal life stress to other people to do, except I feel really, really open and vulnerable around you.
You feel safe.
And it's not a lot of people I feel that way around, you understand? So in most cases, I always handle it myself. And sometimes I take the best decisions or choices, and sometimes I go wrong. I mean, I'm human. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I go wrong. And sometimes I get to regret some decisions I made before time because I did not know there was a better way I could go about it. You understand? Do you feel
like you want to mention one or two wrong choices you've made? That was a hit.
Do I want to share this?
You can put it in. You can just put it in a word, or you can just put it in a statement. You might not just want to outrightly just pour it out so naked like that. You know, maybe there's one of, for instance, let me say,
okay, let's hear you.
Let me say me, for instance, now. if I want to tell one or two choices that I've made that I knew that it was a wrong choice, but I still had to do it anyways because that was the only choice that I feel it's more safe for me to make. Was when I was in school in 2011. So I got pregnant, and then I was studying a very, very demanding course, electrical engineering, and then I had to choose between keeping my child or keeping the school, or still being in the school, because I was still very ignorant of whatever thing that's happening around me, right? I don't feel safe to talk to anybody. So it's not like there's somebody I could speak to that person will give me a choice or give me options to choose. So I was stuck in that spot where I had to make a choice. Now guess what? If I'd aborted the baby, I would have still been in school and I would have graduated. But I don't know the outcome of my life after graduation. Now I kept the baby. I left school. And I can tell that as I'm growing in life, as I'm facing all the challenges, all the storms, all the stones, as I'm growing in life, every process, every step of the way is a lesson to me.
Of course.
And I wouldn't say I'm literally enjoying it to the fullest, because nobody wants to enjoy struggle. But I'm beginning to understand those processes, and I see how valuable and how resourceful it is to me. So now, imagine me taking myself 9 years ago, taking myself back to my days in school. Blessing, would you still make that kind of choice? Of course I will. I will choose to keep the child and still leave school.
I'm serious.
Not because I don't value education.
Oh, you can always come back to that.
You can always go back to school. You can always study.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not a graduate, right? I learn from people.
Okay.
I learn from my experiences. When I meet people, I learn new things. So it's like that moment, you see that choice, it was easy for me to just choose. Because if I had aborted the child, come on, I don't know what the child would have become. Do you understand? I wanted to have that.
You would have become.
Or what I would have become.
Exactly.
I think it's even me. Because even that time, I wanted to have the experience of motherhood. I really wanted to experience, I was still young. I was 21.
Oh, yeah?
So I needed to experience motherhood. I needed to have a different life experience, exposure.
You was 21.
Yes, I was 21 when I had my child. Yes.
Oh my God. Okay.
I was 21 when I had my child, but I left school. I dropped out 2013.
How old was you then?
I was 20.
Oh.
So it's like it's a 9 months process.
Oh yeah.
So that's how we calculate it. So what I'm saying is, you see, situation like that. See, I just give you an example, right? I had to choose. That choice I made is helping me right now.
Yeah,
I'm happy I made that choice. It was a difficult one. A girl in my age at that time, come on, you want to still live a life. You trying to carry a child at 21. You want to feel what it is to be, a young, attractive with a flat stomach. Every man is trying to talk. Every young boy is trying to talk to you. Every man is trying to talk to you. You want to have that feeling of the feminine nature in you. Oh, yeah? So I lost those kind of feeling because I wanted to keep my child. You understand? So now, that's an example. Answer my question.
That's a very intense situation.
I gave you my own. Viewers, better Emmanuel should not. Yo.
Okay.
So have you ever made a choice in your life that you feel is a wrong choice, but you had to make it anyways?
No, I don't think I have made any choice that I later think it's a wrong choice. But I have made choices that somewhere along the line I feel like I could have taken another path, but I don't completely feel wrong for making those decisions. And like you said something, I always look forward to take the lessons in it. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm not always like, okay, yes, I picture it. Okay, that was wrong, but what did I get out of it? So I don't really put in my time into dwelling with the situation that it's wrong and all of that. So I think maybe that's why I just don't see it like a that intense of a situation that we talk about. But on the other hand, your case is like a really serious something that has to do
deep,
with even your life. It's interfering with your life. But I don't think I've had a situation that was that deep. You understand? And I had to make a choice. And okay, maybe leaving home. But I mean, at some point we all leave home. You understand? But
okay, you want to grow very fast.
I ran away. I jackpot from home. That kind
you
of
want
thing.
to grow fast, or you want to learn life very quick?
Not necessarily because I wanted to grow fast. Trust me, I would really be happy if I have the luxury of still sleeping in my mother's house right now. But because I crave for more. I come from a place where everybody is like, the very good people, don't get me wrong. They have this contented nature in them, which is very good. And they're always okay with, they don't see past what is in front of them. You understand? And I wasn't made for that. So I don't want to be the one always sitting back and saying, thank you. Thank you.
Do you want to?
Exactly. I want to go out there and also see how it's done. So I was really young, and my parents, they grew up in this generation where in order to make means, you have to do a job.
Okay.
So they're used to that lifestyle. They want you to go to school, come out and get a job where you get to work 9 to 5, and they feel that's like the good
There's
type
a balanced
of
life. Yes.
You're getting your salary, you're paying your rent, but I don't like that type of life. I want more. I want to go out there and do it on my own. I want to see other part of the world. So at some point, I was still quite young though when I realized that, but I still left. I think that was the hardest choice
you made.
I had to make. Yeah, I left. I mean, everybody was hurt. Even I myself, I felt bad for quite a long time. I even got depressed, but then I had to. You understand?
You want to learn how to stand firm on your own.
Every parent will tell you that is a bad decision. But for me, it wasn't a bad decision for me. It was the decision I had to make.
That's what you wanted.
That point. That's what I wanted. That's what I felt was good for me. So I had to make. So that's why I said, remember when we started, I said, some choices are not necessarily they don't necessarily need to be tagged as bad choices. It's just what was good for the situation
at that given point in time.
So that's how I think that's the farthest I've had to deal with any type of situation that I'll get to make a choice that affects my life, or where I get to think twice about it.
Yeah. Because I know there are some people out there that they are just some of them. Let's just talk about the parental thing right now. They're just stuck in their houses, and then they just have this urge to want to go out to see what is happening, and they are stuck in between the line of trying to decide, should I leave my parents' house or should I stay? Okay, if I leave my parents' house, is it a bad choice, or if I leave my parents' house, is it a good choice? So what do you have to say to them?
Well, I would rather pick pleasing myself over pleasing anybody. I know some people call it
selfishness,
you're self-centeredness and everything. But if I'm not pleased, I can't please you. If my cup is not full, I can't pour into you. So I have to do what makes me happy. So I mean, I can spread the happiness to you or something. So I'll always pick what pleases me over what pleases somebody else, because what pleases
even if it's gonna hurt them.
I won't want to get hurt for you to be no, I'm not gonna hurt myself for you to feel better. You understand?
Yeah.
Some choices are definitely gonna hurt people, but the hard choices.
And the hard choices are the choices that come out with potential results.
Definitely.
Because there's someone said something to me. If your dreams are not scary enough, then they're not dream enough.
Sleep harder.
You have to sleep harder.
You have to go into slumber.
So imagine you're having a dream like that, and then you're stuck in between the line of making a very hard choice.
Pleasing your parents or going after your dreams.
I think a parent that
Nobody
understands.
needs to tell you to go after your dreams, bro.
Yeah, I think a parent that understands with support.
Exactly. And if you have an understanding parent,
The environment matters a lot.
exactly, that matters too. But then I didn't grow up in a place where the environment saw that as good enough, or I didn't grow up in a house where my family ever thought that letting their children go out and be who they want to be was good. They want to raise you till you're 28 and they send you off.
Yeah, I remember when I was growing up as a child. My parents used to say something, if I can remember vividly, you have to, as a lady, you have to marry out. You have to marry from your
like when you're still in your parents.
Yeah, when you're in your parents' house, you leave your parents' home when you're married.
Bruh.
Yeah, when I had this mentality for a long time. I was like, oh, me living alone, how would other people how would men see me?
Yeah, I think at
They
some
would-
point they try to instill that in us.
It's what they've instilled in us. I was like, the choice to stay alone as a young girl, how would the man see me? I really had that mentality for a while. Until, when you grow into the society, forgetting that social media is just a different word on its own. It has a lie and it has the truth in it. So you just pick what you want. So sometimes when I go on social media and I see some certain posts and updates, I'll be like, okay, maybe I'm the one that just overthinking, or my mentality is just not wired the way I honestly wanted it to. Yes, because honestly, how will I feel like I'm bothered about what anybody thinks over how I'm going to live?
I honestly feel like everybody feels that way at some point in time. Like, people feel that, but they get to outgrow it. You understand? Growing up, especially in this part of the world, they try to make us feel that if the other person sees it differently or sees it as wrong, that means you are in the wrong. But I could be doing something right,
and you think it's wrong.
That doesn't mean it's wrong.
not,
but because it doesn't sit right with you does not mean it is wrong. You understand me?
Exactly. If it doesn't sit right with you, doesn't mean it's wrong.
Exactly. So
because right now you want me to believe that it is wrong because you said it is wrong. So now you're trying to propel me and you're trying to push me to making a choice, basically because of what you think.
Exactly.
Not
so
because of what I think.
Now imagine you knowing that what you have to do is what is right for you, and somebody out there who doesn't even know the situation you're in hears the choice you're about to make
and
tell you is wrong. Now this person says it, the next neighbor says it, every other neighbor on that lane says
no
it.
problem. You have a problem with me and my choice, Abby, and you say it is wrong. Oh yeah, what is your option?
And they can't even help you with it. Thank you. Like, they can't even come up with a solution.
Bro, you're trying to say that the choice of somebody is wrong and you're not giving them any solution.
Whatever is right for you, whatever you feel is right, as long as you're not hurting the next person.
Exactly.
Or sometimes you get to hurt people, but
without realizing it.
In most cases, as long as it's not hurting the next person, whatever you feel is right for you, whether the masses thinks it's wrong or not, please do it. Because you get to live just once. And if you go south, like some decisions, you can come back from it.
Yeah, there are some choices you make in life that you cannot come back from it.
So you have to live with it.
It stays, it's a stigma. It stays like a stamp in your life. You cannot, before you even make that choice, just have it in mind that this choice I'm making right now, I cannot come out from it.
Of course.
Yeah, I have to live with the stigma for the rest of my life, because now it's all about you, right? It's all about how you want to feel. If you choose to feel this way by hurting yourself because of 10 years ago I was left with no option than to make this choice. If you choose to feel that way and hurt yourself, then this is on you.
Oh yeah.
Because right now, when you made that choice, nobody forced you into it.
Nobody.
It was you and you alone.
Exactly. That's another reason why you always have to chill before making decisions. Don't make decisions when you're overly excited or
you're angry
or sad or in a
desperate mood, tight situation,
emotions, like that. So just always try to chill and make decisions. That way you get to choose right.
And for some people that are in relationships, they want to make a choice. It's between people choosing to stay with an abusive man and leaving. So you are staying with an abusive man because he beat you today. I watched the video on Instagram. The guy said one slap at one slap, one vacation, one slap, one iPad. So you collect one slap. You made the choice of just collecting beating just because of the materialistic,
being in an abusive relationship for
materialistic things. Now you don't even, one of my episodes I talked about mental health. You see, things like this, there's some choices you make, it affects you mentally. It fucks you up mentally. Because when you want to now start taking it back in time, let me just retrace my steps. Let me just go back to what I used to be. And then you realize that, it's not possible again.
You've gone way too far.
You've gone way too far. You have to live with it. Then what are you going to do?
You just forgive yourself and live with it. And
of course, you have to forgive yourself and live with it, because at the end of the day,
sometimes you can't forgive yourself.
But you have to still live with it.
You have to live with it. Yeah, there are decisions people make. I mean, I read books, I see videos. There are decisions people make and they just can't forgive themselves. They have to live with it. Some of them go into a state of mental disorder. Breakdown. They have to go to a psychiatric hospital. Some of them even go as far as suicide. They have to kill themselves
because of bad choices.
Bad choices they make and all of that. Yeah. So some choices you regret. Some of them it just leads you way off track, and you just always have to find a way to come back if you can come back.
You just need somebody to hold you and bring it back in track.
Back to the light, yeah.
Because I said this thing, we grow by lifting others. People say we rise by lifting others.
One fan. Now people say Obio said we rise by lifting others.
Oh no, I'm Obio, of course. I'm Davido's fan. I'm a fan of Davido very well.
We love you.
We love you, one love. But yeah, that was what you were doing.
Exactly.
I was like getting Obio. Oh my god. Yeah, people. So okay, Davido said you rise by lifting others. You can grow as well. While you're lifting them, you're growing.
Yeah, you learn from their
experiences. You learn from their experiences. Yes. So the choice we make today defines us. Let's try as much as we can to make the choice that we can live with.
Because your tomorrow is a result of the decisions and choices you make today. The life you live now is as a decision of the choices you made. So whatever life it is you want to live, it all boils down to the choices and decision
you make today. So make the right choice today. And if you've made a wrong choice, we're here to tell you that it's okay. Just take the process as a learning for you.
Always take the lessons.
You take the process, take the lessons. Take it. You cannot wash it off your skin.
You cannot go around it. You have to go through it.
You cannot wash it off. Why they feel like say you dey try tell person say just live with it.
You go feel
live with it. If you make a bad choice, you'll feel it. Any choice you make, you live with it. You don't even have a choice. You have to live with it because life goes on.
Life goes on.
You just have to find another path for yourself and walk through that path.
Yeah.
The choice you make is because of you didn't have anybody to tell you to do it this way.
Or you were ignorant.
You were ignorant of it, yes.
Of it, yeah.
You didn't have much knowledge or understanding.
That's why it's good to learn every day. Learn. You don't necessarily need to go to school to learn. You can learn from people's experiences. You can read books. You can watch educative series and TV shows like that. There are always things around to learn from. So you don't wait for it to happen to you before
you learn from other people's experiences. That's where you can be very, very careful of the choice you make, because trust me, everybody one person experience out there is relatable to another person's. What you have experienced is relatable to what somebody. So that's how we learn and that's how we grow. So I just believe that somebody out there is going to make the right choice. And even if you did not make the right choice, I'll still say this to you. it's okay. Just live with it. Okay, create another path for yourself and make your life a better life. Because right now, everybody now is just living on the face of the earth, not caring about each other, not caring about one another.
Exactly.
It's fine.
That energy's been around like
Yes.
for a while now.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody-
everybody's
I've been
like,
seeing it
I'm
everywhere.
all about me.
It's all about you, no
me,
problem.
Me, myself, and I.
Yeah, while it's all about you, make the choice that is going to be good for you.
Of
so it's not going to
course.
affect the person close to you. If you're going to make a choice that is going to be good for you, the choice that you will live with. Because now everybody, they mind their business.
Everybody's having mind their business.
So as you're minding your business, your choice also matters.
Right.
If you don't make the right choice, you would live with so much regret, and there's nothing as painful as having regrets. It's like it haunts you so bad. Regrets just keep haunting you and keeps haunting you. Even if you try to forget about it, once in a while it just pops,
up,
and then you just tell yourself, "Oh, if I had known." Oh,
and
but
then you get depressed.
you understand. But it's not like it's not something that cannot die off. But it takes time. So why do you have to even go through all those process when you can just be patient about it? Because people make the wrong choice because, number one, they are very, very desperate, or they are
Desperation
ignorant.
too, yeah, desperation, right? Desperation.
Yes,
Yeah.
desperation, because they need that thing, that maybe that's what is trending, maybe that's what is happening. They need to get it. So the means at which they need to get that thing, it's really not a good
Without thinking about the future effects of the things
At all.
they're ready to do. Yeah.
what will become of you the next 5 years after you make a choice today? Ask yourself that question.
Ask yourself. Oh.
So until then, Betha, thank you so much for being in this episode with me.
Thank you for
you see
having
you see the way I dropped that question, because somebody now will be thinking in their brain, let me do this till I did, let me do this. No. The choice you make right now, today, what will become of you 5 years from now? Are you going to be proud of yourself? Are you going to look at yourself and tell yourself, oh, I made the right choice 5 years before now? Are you going to tell yourself that, oh, if I had known, I wouldn't have made that choice? You still have time. It's not too late.
Nah,
It's never too late. Whether you are advanced, whether you're still a teenager, you're still growing, or you've passed the stage of a teenager, it's not too late. As long as you still have life, you can still retrace your step and choose the kind of choice you want to make. Okay? But until then, keep this question in your heart and ponder on this. What kind of choice are you going to make today that is going to affect you 5 years' time? Think about it. Do not forget to send us your thoughts and your opinions and your insights in our email address, on our email address, on our email address at ennisdiamond01@gmail.com. And you can also leave your comments in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe as well. Thank you so much for being in the same episode with us today. Betha Emmanuel, I'm always glad to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being in the same
having me.
episode with us today.
I'm excited.
And until then, we'll see you guys again. Bye. God bless you.
Bye.